What is going on, guys? Basco Show here, back to Red Shadow Legend, and I'm gonna talk about Insta Hydra Battle because Plario recently confirmed that they're coming to the game very soon, hopefully in March. That means we have 4, 5, 6 weeks to get ready for Insta Hydra Battle. So for the next month, I'm gonna be showcasing strategy teams to do this new feature where we're gonna save so much time, and I can't wait for it, guys. I wanna do just Insta Battle so I can focus on other area of the game, especially Chimera, because at the moment I'm struggling a lot. So what's gonna be my goal when I'm gonna do Insta Battle? First of all, if you wanna just do one key, you can just set up a team that is able to do 40, 50 million on FullAuto, and you should be fine. But for the sake of helping our clanmates, for the sake of like trying to win the Hydra Clash, you should try and get the most amount of damage that you can get. And because of that, you want to try and get to 1000 turn, and you might be able to do 100 million, 150 million, 200 million, 300 million, 400 million, depends from your level. Once you get to 1000 turn, you should be able to hit decent numbers, okay? But get to 1000 turn is not easy. There is a lot of things that you need to do, and in this video I'm gonna cover the most important roles that you need to get to 1000 turns. And here, guys, I highlighted the 4 most important things that you need to get to 1000 turn without touching anything. You're just gonna do a full auto, it's not clicking, because it's gonna be the same way we do the combos now. You're just gonna press Insta Auto button and then you're gonna see the result. So in order not to fail, you need to have a reviver. You might think, well, I've been using reviver forever, but for example, me, I never use revivers, okay? Because I was manually my run, I was making sure that my champion never dies. So I used to have the shield at the right time, I used to provoke at the right time, so I never used to have issue with champion dying. But now, because you can't control the run, you need the reviver absolutely in the run. You need a good source of block buff, guys. I'm talking about AoE block buff. They can't get weak affinity, so it has to be a void champion, or has to be a champion that plays the block buff without touching the heads, because if you don't land the block buff, you might lose. And then we're gonna have provokers, same thing. The provoker has to be a champion that doesn't get affected by affinity, has to be an AoE provoker because you can't click the heads. So same things with the block buff, has to be a very reliable provoker. And then we need to have 2 DPS in order to make sure that if someone gets eaten, you're gonna be able to free him with the second DPS. Now, there are also other things that you need to keep in consideration, but the one that I showcased just now are the most important one, and I'm gonna talk about some teams now that you can build based on what I showcase. So we're gonna go into the champion filter, we're gonna select the revivers. Okay, now these are the revivers that I have available in my account, and based on what I see right now of my champion, I can tell you that my best reviver for Hydra will be Molly, because she has a AoE provoke, plus she revive, plus she's super tanky. She's also the mischief tank, and she also boosts the tormentor of your champion. So she's one of the best reviver of the game. You can also use Duchess because you have the veil. You can use Rian, guys, and Rian, spoiler alert, is in my nightmare team, is an amazing reviver, so I'm gonna showcase her soon in another video. You can use Lady Noelle. She's probably the better version of Rian because she's void. She does pretty much the same thing that she does. The only exception at the A2, she strip and plays weekend. She plays increase speed on your ally. So this for me are the best reviver that you can bring, but you can honestly bring any champion you want. You can also use Ancora, you can use Sifi, you can use Python, you can use Arbiter, you can use Elva as well. So it's up to you what champion you have. I'm gonna be using those champions that I showcase. It's gonna be Molly, Lady Noelle, and Rian in my 3 team. Now for block buff, There are many champions that can be as reliable as Void champions, so you need to have champions like Lamasu, because she's Void, like Yukong. Gurtop is an amazing champion because he doesn't attack the head, so you're always gonna land the block buff. But if you have this Void right here, Jinwon, Supreme Galek, they are amazing, okay? Even though Galek bring decreased speed, and I'm gonna talk about decreased speed in another video, they are amazing, okay? But you have to pull this champion. But there is also another budget champion that you can use, is an epic champion, and it's probably one of the best block buff champion that we have. He has this skill here, is on a 3 turn and plays block buff for 3 turn. So if you gear the champion in a reflex set or merciless set, you can actually have that skill always available, and you always gonna have black buff on the enemies. I honestly gear in Hex, so she can also place the Hex, and I think I also have 4-piece merciless, and she's doing an amazing job. And in my case, I've been using her, Jinwon, and Lamasu. These are the 3 champions that I've been using. Even though Lamasu has decreased speed, I found a way to use decreased speed without losing too much damage. I'm gonna talk about it eventually in a video. But honestly, if you have a champion that, you know, like Firo, use Firo. If you wanna use Uko, just use Uko, because that's one of your only option. Or if you wanna use Ugo, that is one of the best champions as well. Unfortunately, he can weak hit, but he also plays decreased defense, so he's a very strong champion. But you might fail the run if he lands a weak hit in a crucial moment, so it's up to you if you want to do that. And guys, for DPS, you're just gonna grab the best DPS that you can. Using Yukon is amazing because you also place the block buff. You can use epic champion if you have them with the Sister Blessing. Champion like Phoenix, champion like Stag Knight are amazing champions. Zargala is another amazing champion. So if you have Sister Blessing or those epic, use them because they're gonna do so much damage. But if you have high blessing on champions like Ninja, Marius, you have Acrisia, or you have Razevar, or even these champions, guys. This champion is amazing. I started using it probably like 2-3 weeks ago, and he blew my mind. So I have to make a video about him as well. So like I said, DPS, you use whatever you have available. You can use Thor. There are so many options. And lastly, talking about the Provoker, one of the most important role, because guys, if the decay cleans in a crucial moment, everything's gonna go downhill. You're gonna lose tons of damage because maybe the Toxic Head is gonna place the Poison Cloud. You're gonna lose tons of damage, or maybe one of your champions gonna die. So many bad things can happen. So in my case, I think that Bolly, like I mentioned, is gonna be an amazing provoker. Beaver is gonna be an amazing provoker. He can with kit. His kit allow him to place provokes even if he lands with kit. So it's amazing. You can use V6. She's a void champion. He plays provoke. Very strong champion. You can use Kantra if you want, but Kantra has around a 75% if you have 5 debuff on the heads. It's a very good chance, but you know, it's not 100%. Or if you have a champion like Grazul, like I do, use it because it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna be using Grazul, Molly, and Bival in my 3 teams. Now guys, let me showcase my 3 teams. So this is gonna be my full Nightmare team. This is gonna be the Brutal team, and this is gonna be the Hard team. But I'm still changing things around a lot. I'm doing testing. I'm gonna be showcasing this team today. It's gonna be the Brutal team. Even though I wrote Hard, I realized that if I use this team with Ninja and Lamasu, I'm gonna be doing decent damage, because the things when you use decreased speed, guys, and Lamasu has decreased speed on day 2, the skill that plays the block buff. The issue with that is that if you kill the heads too quickly and then they all come back at once, and then you place decreased speed on those heads, you're gonna lose so much damage because the head can't receive damage, and you're gonna take turn after turn after turn, and you're not gonna do any damage. But I realized that you can use decreased speed if you have a single target damage dealer like Ninja. I wouldn't use decreased speed on the team with Acrisia and Marius, because these two champions, they killed heads so fast and all at the same time, and then they all come back up at the same time. So having decreased speed is not a good option. And you can see how in this team I don't have decreased speed, but if I use a decreased speed champion with Ninja that does a lot of burst single damage, I know that I'm gonna have 1 or 2 heads coming up at the same time. I'm never gonna see 3 heads, even though Vlad does AoE damage not as good as a champion like Rasselvarg or a champion like Var the Destroyer. So it's good to have Ninja. I was thinking to use Stagnite that does a lot of single target damage as well, but for now I'm gonna be testing these two together. And done some tests already, it's working, but for the future, guys, I'm gonna change this team, because in this team I'm missing a Veo or a champion that can clean the field. But the good things about this team is that Ninja and Vlad always have the veil on top of them, so they're not gonna get the fears, but then the other champion can get the fears, especially Lamasu that has AoE attacks. So for the future, I'm gonna change this team by removing the Reviver and the Provoker, and I'm gonna select Molly that's gonna cover both role as the Reviver and Provoker, and I'm gonna slide her to have increased speed, okay, because I lost increased speed because I had Noel. So because now I'm gonna place her as decreased speed, I can also cleanse the fears and other provokes, other debuff that they're gonna come to me, and I think this team is gonna be way more damage. But I'm gonna showcase the team with the Lady Noel and Bival today, okay? So let me show you the setup. For Lamasu, we're gonna always prioritize this skill, and then we're gonna prioritize the A3. The A3 cleans another ally. She's never gonna use it on herself, I think. And then you also get the intercept. So in my testing, I saw that this skill goes most of the time on Lady Mikage, and resetting the skill on Lady Mikage is super amazing, because you're gonna do ally attack and you're gonna also extend your buff with the A2 and also clean the debuff on your champion. So there is a way that we are countering the fear with Lady Mikage and Lamasu, but Lamasu attacks AoE with the 1, so if she gets the fear and she doesn't proc, you're gonna lose the skill. And the speed on Lamasu is 331. I have plus 20 speed here, so I'm gonna show you the full builds at the end of the video. Lady Mikage is faster, and she's never gonna go in the second form, and like I say, A3, A2 prioritize those skills. And with the passive, I'm gonna always cleanse Vlad, because Vlad is a champion that has the highest attack, 7000 attack. He's very fast, 292. I gave him a lot of love. He's one of my favorite champions right now, so I gave him one of my best gear, and this is the total stats. And then Lady Noel, guys, I'm gonna prioritize this skill, even though I don't know if he does this skill on if the allies are not dead, but yeah, I'm gonna do this. And make sure she's super tank. You want high HP, high defense, and you also want to have high resistance. She doesn't have any books, but it's fine. You're never gonna, like, your champion, they're not gonna die as much, so this skill is fine to have it on a 5-turn cooldown. This skill you want to have it on a 3, but because we extend the buff with the Lady Mikage and Lamasu reset Lady Mikage, you're gonna see that sometimes the increased speed goes for 3-4 turns on all my champions, so it's okay. But eventually I'm gonna give her books, and day 1 is amazing, guys. Once this book, 100% chance to place block buff, so you're gonna push block buff with Lady Mikage ally attack, or by herself when she attack. Is an amazing skill, and this is void, so you're never gonna weak it, so she's an amazing champion for Hydra. Ninja, we're gonna prioritize A2 and the A3. When I do my run, when I used to do my run in manual, I used to use this skill just like, you know, 4 or 5 times, and then that's it. Once you max out the passive, you can block this skill, but because we can't control Ninja anymore, we're just gonna let it be open, because you do more damage with the 1. You have higher multiplier on the 1 than this skill. And then Biva is gonna prioritize the A2 and the A3, and he's gonna be the champion that keep healing our allies with this skill. Plays a big shield. You're gonna see he's very fast, 294 speed. The Ninja is at 297 speed, so all the speed of these champions are super fast. these are like my end game builds, but you don't have to do this exact speed, guys. So if you have less speed, you might do less damage, but you're still gonna do the job. The job is to get to 1000 turn. So guys, I'm gonna start the run and I'm gonna walk you through the first turn, and then I'm gonna just speed, I'm gonna go super fast all the way to the end, and then we're gonna talk about the damage and I'm gonna show you the build. There are other few things that I want to mention. The first thing is that the AI at the moment is not working really good. When I do ally attack with Lady Mikage, I notice that she doesn't target the heads that are decapitated, and sometimes she goes on the DK heads because it's red affinity. So Lady Mikage's red affinity is gonna attack the head. If there are, for example, green affinity heads, she's not gonna do the ally attack on those one. So that's a big issue. We are losing a lot of damage because of that. But Plarium said that they know about this and they're trying to fix this issue in the future. So hopefully they're gonna do it quickly. And the other thing that I mentioned is that I don't have a way to clear the fear, so I lost a lot of damage because my champions skip some turns and then they lose their cooldown, etc. So overall, this team is not the best. I'm gonna showcase the other team eventually. Probably I'm gonna do it next week with Molly and Tuanarak, but for now I'm satisfied. I'm doing a lot of damage. You're gonna see how at one point my whole team almost get one shot, but Lady Noelle is able to bring everybody back alive and I'm gonna get to 1000 turns, so it's amazing. So guys, enjoy the run, and if I can remember more things I have to tell you, I'm gonna tell you at the end. So enjoy the run and I'll see you soon with the final damage. And we got to the end, guys. 315 million. This is probably the best damage that I've done full auto without touching the champions. And especially post nerf, I don't think I've done more than 300 million often, even like by doing manual. So I'm pretty happy with the damage, and I can't wait to test the other team, because the other team I think is gonna be better. Or even though having Noel fully booked is gonna help a lot, but even if I'm gonna change my team, I'm gonna place Noel and Bival on the hard team, so I'm still gonna use them. So damage wise, Lamasu did 4.3 million, nothing too special. She's built for Arena in Stone Skin and Super Sonic, so I can't ask more from her. Lady Migag is built with a little bit damage, but she doesn't have any special gear. I probably should try and get like a Relentless build, or even Nampi's Merciless or something like that. So I will see if I can do that without losing too much speed, because I still want to have her at more than 360 speed for the Far Night team. So for now I'm gonna keep her like that, and 10 million because she has 100% critical rate and I think around 150 critical damage. Now Vlad, the new addition to the team, did 105 million. It's an amazing damage considering that I had the Suffering Head, the one that reduced AoE damage pretty much for most of the run, so his damage got reduced by a lot, but because he's a Void champion, I got a Sister Blessing on him, he does crazy amount of damage pretty much always. So I wouldn't be surprised if I'm gonna always see 110 million from him. The fact that he plays decreased defense by himself and also the Leech brings to the team so much utility, so I'm super happy with him, and the fact that I got a Sister Blessing. I can't believe it took me 4 years to build this champion. Lady Noel did almost 2 million, okay, so I just realized that I didn't place any blessing on her, so I need to do that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna run a blessing for Hydra or a blessing for Arena. I think I'm gonna go with Arena. I will think about it. For now, she's just there for reviving, and she did an amazing job. She survived, and she revived everybody, and I thought I was gonna lose the run. So amazing job by Noel. Ninja did 169 million. Nothing to say about him. Sister Blessing, a lot of damage, and for a full auto is actually decent. And I think this rotation we have 3-4 set, if I'm not mistaken, so this is not the best rotation for him. And Bival, guys, 22 million because he has a bit of damage. I think I got Slayer set on him, so I can get extra turn meter when I do AoE. I also have the Brimstone, and sometimes I've seen those shields, big huge shield, because he's quick cap and he does decent damage, especially when the heads have decreased defense. So super cool team. And guys, I'm using 4 fusions and 2 guaranteed champion, Ninja and Lamasu, and then 4 fusions. So I can't do better on that. Even though I got super good blessing, you can use the exact same team. Instead of running Crusher Ren, if you don't have Sister Blessing, you can run Natural Red that does increased damage when you place debuff, and those champions they place debuff, so you're gonna do a lot of damage. I know for a fact that Sister Blessing, Natural Rad, and Sister Blessing, Crush Ren, they do slightly the same damage. I got people that believe that Natural Rad does more damage than Crush Ren, so I still rather use these for even other content like Dungeon, Doom Tower. So I rather keep this blessing for more content. But if you have 5 or 4 star blessing, Natural Red user, because you're not gonna lose as much damage compared to Crush Your Ren. Alright guys, here the builds. I'm gonna show you the total stats with the area bonus included. So this is the build of Lamasu. She's not built for Hydra, but if you want you can go with Hex, Provoke Sect. You can go full damage. She's skilled with defense, so go full damage. Go with Merciless, Slayer set, because she does a lot of AoE. It's up to you. I'm using it for Arena, so I'm not gonna bother with those sets. She's fully booked. She has an amazing aura, 24 speed, 24% speed in all battles, and I don't have oh my god, I don't have the Masteries, so I need to do the Masteries. And the total stats with the Hydra bonuses are 331 speed, almost crit cap, 200 damage, and decent accuracy for all the content, and also decent resistance. And guys, remember that I have 30% critical damage, 20% your defense, and plus 20 speed. So this is Lady Mikage. Like I say, she doesn't have anything crazy, just speed, and these are the total stat. Almost 400 speed, crit cap with 157 critical damage, and then I know 20% defense, and I have a lot of accuracy. Because I used to use her in Arena as well, but now I'm not using an Arena. Unfortunately, she is fully booked, and she has Mastery, Damage Mastery, because I use her in the Far Knight. This is Vlad, guys. I gave him a lot of love. I recently built him. I sent all these pieces. I wasted a lot of... actually, no waste. I use a lot of resources because he deserved to be geared properly, okay? 7,000 attack in Hydra, 292 speed, 360 critical damage, and then enough accuracy to land the debuff. We are overkill with the accuracy. You probably need 300 something on Brutal, so make sure you don't go too far. But if you want to use it in the content, 445 or 400, whatever, it's perfect, okay? So you can use him in Cintranos and all the area of the game. I also have a relic, only 11% extra damage right now, so hopefully I can find a better relics for him. It's fully booked. Like I say, I used books not too long ago, and it was in my vault without books for like 4 years. And these are the master on him. I went down with S-Masher to have a chance to ignore 100% of the defense. And I've been using him in Doom Tower in my dungeons. He's an amazing champion. I'm gonna showcase him soon. He deserves to be showcased. Because if you have a high blessing, like even 4 or 5 star is good enough. He deserves to be in your teams. I didn't realize how good is this skill that plays block active skill and decrease defense. So the waves against you can't do anything if you place block active skill. Now let's talk about Ninja. Ninja is in 9-piece Merciless. It's an amazing build, probably the best build you can have on Ninja. I have 6,700 attack, 297 speed, 334 critical damage, and then 390 accuracy. I don't have any relic on him, but I know there is a relic that I wanna pull for him. So when I'm gonna get the relic, I'm gonna showcase that relic on him. It's the one that increases the damage based on the debuff that he plays, so he can get up to 30%. It's basically the same equivalent of running natural red. Basically, it's the same thing. You get 30% extra damage at one point, and if you have it on him, I think it's GG. This champ is gonna do crazy amount of damage. I got full mastery on him, and these are very similar to the one that I had on Vlad. So these are probably the best PvE mastery that you can get on him, and that's it. This is the build on him. Bivald is built in 6 pieces Slayer to get the extra turn mid and also to ignore 30% of the defense when he does AoE attacks. And he has 2 good AoE. These are the total stats, 74,000 HP because he's scaled with HP, 294 speed, 323 critical damage. I used to run it with Acrisia in the leader, and that's why I had the 82 critical rate, but it's fine, you know, it's not gonna be a huge difference if he lands all the time critical hit or not. And then we got enough accuracy to land the debuff. I should boost his resistance because he plays a buff on himself, so sometimes I get stripped. I'm gonna try my best to get to around 400 something. No relics, fully booked with the Brimstone Blessing, and these are the mastery on him. And then the last one would be Lady Noel. I did the mastery, but I haven't got him in, so funny. I never worry about mastery, and it's not good. But sometimes the mastery are not that game changer, especially in PvE. But sometimes if you don't do the mastery, if you want to beat a content, maybe you need the mastery. So in that case, you have to do them. But for this, mastery are not essential. You've seen that I get 2,000 turn without the mastery, without books. So don't worry too much if you don't finish them. You know, don't break the bank to finish the mastery. Take your time and do them slowly. You know, you can do even without mastery. So she's not booked, and she doesn't have a blessing yet, even though I got a 5-star on her. I have no relics. This is the build. Is a regeneration build with 2 pieces of immortal as well. You want to make sure she stay alive, so she has to keep healing. Total stats are 83,000 HP, literally 84,000 HP, 3,200 defense. Once I'm gonna get the blessing, I'm gonna be at 4,000 defense and probably 90,000 HP. 261 speed. You wanna make it even a bit faster. Actually, I need to showcase with the Hydra stats. So 281 speed, and then high resistance and the accuracy to land, the debuff. I think this accuracy is actually at the limit. I need to increase it because I think I was running accuracy lead with Lady Mikage, but now that I got Lamasu, I need to make sure I have enough accuracy on her to land the debuff. And so guys, this is it for this video. Like I said, I'm gonna keep doing teams. I'm gonna showcase my number team soon, and then I'm gonna showcase another brutal team with a few changes, see if I can do more damage. And guys, if you have any question, ask me, because there is a lot of things that can impact your damage in the Hydra, especially increased speed and decreased speed. My finding is that you don't want to be too fast, but you don't want to be too slow. I think a good ratio is to have the boss turn count that you see at the moment is 185. You want to have that below 200 by the time you reach 1000 turn. That means your champions, they're gonna get 5 turn for every single turn of the heads, because if the boss turn count goes higher, at one point the heads are gonna devour every 2 turns, and then you're gonna see the bar is gonna be a huge bar, and you're gonna struggle to free your champion. So this is a good ratio. The boss turn count has to be around 200 when you reach 1000 points. So this is the founding that I've done them, and in order to do that, you have to have my speed, and you need to have increased speed and decreased speed. I try to do that without decreased speed, and it's possible. I'm gonna showcase in the number team, but like I said, you need to have not a bigger burst of damage, because like I say, if you kill all the heads and then they come back up and you let decrease speed, forget about it. You're not gonna do damage for like 3-4 turns. So if you have any question, guys, ask me in the comment section. I'm gonna make sure to check the comments and reply you all, and then I'm gonna talk about the answers in future videos. So we're gonna get all these tips in, all these doubts out of the way, and we can conquer the Hydra with the Insta Hydra Battle. I can't wait for the battle to come up, and I'm just gonna press instant, and then I wanna see 300, 400, 500 million, and then I've done my job. It's gonna take me like 1 second. So guys, this is it for this video. Smash the like so we can showcase this video to everybody that want to do Insta Hydra Battle. Share this video with your clanmates if they struggle in Hydra, and stay tuned for my next upload. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. See ya.